Alright, after game 2, I am on pins and needles. Just watching how Yumiko was able to fend off one of the best, if not the best undead player in the world. I kept on watching, waiting, wondering if that Mountain King would get to level 5 and what would happen when that Mountain King got to level 5. And you guys saw the momentum switch or shift. You saw how an extra 125 damage plus banish could absolutely wreck the undead army, and I think that's all it really took. Not to mention that Ted was also fighting with 2 meat wagons less than 40 hit points and an obsidian statue with less than 40 hit points, as opposed to repairing them back at home. And that experience just quickly snowballed. One of the reasons why I like WarCraft 3, where you don't really sacrifice units. In StarCraft 2, you may run in with some harassment units, and as long as you get a good trade, you deal a little bit more damage than what you lost, it's a good trade. The problem in WarCraft 3 is, if you do that, you actually give your opponent experience. And experience does start to tend to snowball, and anytime you give a level 5 to a hero, or even worse, level 6 to a hero, that is always bad news. So every unit matters very much, as we see Yumiko going for an Archmage this time. Archmage, not the Mountain King, which she was fairly successful with in game 2. We'll see whether or not Yumiko does come back to regret this. And I'm also curious as to what Yumiko's strategy will be here on Last Refuge. There is not that many options for militia creeping except off all the way over here. That is rather far. We may see that, but we also may try to see the Archmage just push in at level 3 and be much more aggressive. Let's see what's going to be happening here. Death Knight now making its move across the field. 1 footman just on patrol. Oh, takes down this sheep already. Not quite sure why he does that. Perhaps he's hoping that this one skeletal sheep will actually fall apart before the Death Knight is able to resurrect it. Footman now making its way over. The Death Knight now going to be trying to come in from the north. Will not be able to. Arcane Tower is pretty much nearing completion already, as the Archmage may actually get off a lot of creeping in his opponent's neck of the woods. If this Archmage is able to get to level 2 from his opponent, that is just going to be a huge advantage. Is he going to perhaps find these creep camps here? What is going on? Can he get these creep camps? I believe so. And what's going on here? What is this Death Knight doing? Death Knight now cutting across back through the center. Where is this Archmage going? And what is happening next? The Death Knight frantically looking for this Archmage, knowing that he has to deny creeping. Alright, skeletal minions. Ted, pretty much with very good map control, map sight, knows what's going on, as the Archmage is now looking to see where he can perhaps drop a water elemental and do a bit of creeping. He did sell an item, not quite sure which one it was or how much gold was given, as he does pick Dust of Appearance. Now, taking a look at this, there is a lot of peasants. It looks like he will be trying to militia creep in just a moment. Staff of Teleportation, no, only Boots of Speed, as the footmen are still battling it out. Arcane Towers and militia now moving across the field. You can see this Ogre Magi is up, and what is going on? Ted actually just going to go ahead and do a bit of creeping, as the Archmage is going to be able to get in some free creeping as well. There you have it. There's the ensnare onto that water elemental. Not quite sure why water elementals are not immune to ensnare, since they're made of water. But then again, how do you attack a water elemental and actually deal damage? So maybe, I guess, you attack those little bracelets. Oh, the bracelets, that's right. Alright, so someone once made a comment like, yeah, you cannot ensnare a water elemental. No, the water elemental actually has magical bracelets. And even though the water wouldn't sit, the bracelets get stuck in there. Alright, so a little bit of knowledge for power, as a skeletal minion may get taken down. Militia, now back into peasant form, will be trying to establish an expansion down off over here, as the Archmage, sitting at level 2, not very effective in his creeping. This is actually going to come back to haunt him. I believe Ted, if he is able to get to level 3 on his Death Knight first, and then come in with a strong Lich combination, a 3-1 combination, that is just going to be too much punishment for Yumiko. Yumiko allowed Ted to freely creep because he wasn't creeping. That did give him time to set up this expansion here, but the Arcane Tower is not yet up. Death Knight already sitting at level 2, fairly close to level 3, and the Death Knight may be able to get off some easy kills here on some of these footmen. One footman already gets taken down. You can see the Death Knight now backing away. Footmen do have defend, but that will not help them against the skeletal minions and their bone swords. Both sides are still fighting it out. We can see the Arcane Tower is about to be completed. Archmage now coming in as well, as it looks like one footman will get taken down. Oh, yes, it does get taken down by the skeletal minions. So far, the Arcane Tower may absorb a little bit of damage. Militia now being called back over as the Archmage going after a Crypt Fiend, only to see it get healed back up. Lich now has made its way into the game, and I really like this new style from Ted, where Ted utilizes the Lich at tier 2 as opposed to going into straight tier 3. This is going to be a much heavier pressure than I believe Yumiko is accustomed to facing, as the Death Knight still dancing back and forth. We need to perhaps see a Goblin Shredder picked up. Goblin Shredder very strong against the Undead, just because they deal bonus damage, and also, Frost Nova now coming in. Not going to explain why. The Arcane Tower does get taken down here, and now skeletal minions may be able to run amok. Down goes some more units. This guard tower now going to get pressured, and Ted coming in with a level 1 hero. Death Knight about to hit level 3, but it is very low on hit points and on mana. No real way of stopping these Crypt Fiends from running, though, as there is no stuns, no storm bolts, or anything of that nature. All right, one obsidian statue. That might just be enough to add in a little bit extra damage. You can see Ted utilizing that trick where he gives both hit points and mana from that Death Knight by clicking on one and then clicking on the other. That is a little bit of extra damage, as both sides are still fighting it out. All right, burrowed Crypt Fiend in the backfield there. Death Knight now getting up to 64, 67 mana once again. It looks as though this water elemental will be falling. Down it goes. And more units now backing away here. Quick Arcane Vault. Triple towers now come in, as the Archmage is now low on mana. Is it going to be able to use a Clarity Potion? So many low hit point units in the back here. Skeletal minions may get taken down. One Frost Nova would just absolutely wreck the backfield, as the peasants need to be able to call to arms. This is not upgraded to keep, though. And Ted is now in a little bit of a trouble. Is he going to scroll a town portal out? Yes, he will. A little bit of a lucky break by Yumiko, as Yumiko was able to dodge a bit of a bullet. All right, this guard tower. Now is it going to get repaired? It has to get repaired, and quickly. Meanwhile, Archmage now utilizing a Clarity Potion and a Healing Scroll. What is going to come up next? Death Knight, Lich, Obsidian Statue, 2 Obsidian Statues. That is going to be enough to continue this pressure. These guard towers will not be constructed in time. This keep will not be done in time, as we now see the follow-up. All he can really do is wait for the next attack, and I believe it is already coming in. Footman with defend. Death Knight. Are we seeing more militia being called over? Yes, we are. Are they going to get there in time? Probably not, as the guard tower already at 67 hit points. Both sides fighting. Archmage in trouble. Scroll a town portal out. Yes, going to be able to town portal all the way back over there. That is not a good place to be. And now the Archmage does get death coiled. And with that hero gone, I got to believe that the GG will be coming in soon. The Archmage now out of the picture means that any Crypt Fiends that get taken down are no experience given. The Death Knight now getting in some free kills as well. So we will have a 3, perhaps even a 4-3 hero combination coming in. The Death Knight will be able to death coil again, and all of these Crypt Fiends come in. Apparently, Tho saying the GG for Yumiko. That is pretty much going to be it. Burrowing Crypt Fiends, able to regenerate hit points. Lich there, and there is the GG. Well played by Ted. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.